Is Prince Charles getting ready to step up on the world stage to become the peacemaker? It's a good question. He is in a very prominent position, heir to the throne, the British Empire. And he has given a very rare speech, a video he's released, calling on the 5 major religions of the world to come together in peace. Let me play it for you. It's 2 minutes. And let's talk about this. It's quite extraordinary, actually.
An indescribable tragedy that Christianity is now under such threat in the Middle East. An area where Christians have lived for 2,000 years and across which Islam spread in 700 AD, with people of different faiths living together peaceably for centuries. It seems to me that our future as a free society, both here in Britain and throughout the world, depends on recognizing the crucial role played by people of faith. And of course, religious faith is all the more convincing to those outside the faith when it is expressed with humility and compassion, giving space to others, whatever their beliefs. With this in mind, I would like to suggest several tangible courses of action that I believe might be helpful. First and foremost, rather than remaining silent, faith leaders have, it seems to me, a responsibility to ensure that people within their own tradition respect people from other faith traditions. We have yet to see the full potential of faith communities working together. However, to do this effectively, with a truly fraternal approach, requires not only maturity in one's own faith, but also an essential humility. My heart goes out to all those around the world, but especially at this time in the East, whether Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, or Hindu, who are so brutally persecuted solely for the faith they profess. I pray too that all people and communities will engage in building respect and tolerance. For without these, the very freedom on which society is built is threatened with destruction.
He's pleading for peace. And you can't fault anyone for that. But there's one thing to look at here. First of all, why is he stepping up on a world stage releasing a video like this? That's quite extraordinary and quite fascinating and quite interesting, to be quite honest. When I read the Bible, I do read about there will be those who will come forth and speak like a lamb. There will be different voices raising up in the last days. So his compassion, I think, for peace is good, but there's something he said here that's not quite right. The persecution, he names the 5 major religions: Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhist, and Hindus. And he said that all 5 of these religions, people are being persecuted for their religious beliefs. The truth is, the Christians and Jews, without question, are being persecuted. And the Christians right now are in the midst of being massacred in a genocide. And we already know the Jewish history. They have been involved in genocidal attacks since the crucifixion of Christ. So the Christians and Jews have been literally slaughtered for 2 millenniums. And it's happened to them primarily from Muslims, but also radical Hindus and radical Buddhists. I can personally tell you, a radical Hindu policeman stuck an M16 rifle under my chin in India while I was still on the platform. I was still up on the stage after preaching to over 3,000 people the gospel of Jesus Christ, and many of them converting to Christianity. Many, hundreds of the Hindus did. Many came forward for healing. Then these 4 Hindu policemen came up and stuck a rifle under my chin. threatening to arrest me for not having a permit to hold an outdoor meeting, even though I was in the jungle of Orissa, India. I can tell you it was radical Hindus that burnt down 24 out of 25 of our churches that we had when we were helping build churches across India were burnt to the ground, including the one church that my ministry built completely. It was destroyed, and the pastor was murdered with an axe. So, and we know radical Buddhists have also attacked Christians. So really what we really need to say here is Christians and Jews are the targets, and it's because of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Jews because they brought Jesus or Yeshua to the world by the way of the tribe of Judah, and Christians because they stand for the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ and proclaim him the Messiah to the world. And many Messianic Jews also now are expressing the truth of the Word of God and are revealing that Christ is truly the Messiah. So we need to be sure, let's not send any kind of a message out there that somehow Christians and Jews are oppressing the other three major religions. They may have to use some security measures to keep themselves safe from the attacks, but there's not. I mean, there has been in the past. The Crusaders were certainly wrong. They started out trying to defend themselves and then turned into an offensive weapon. It was wrong. It was wrong. And it was centuries ago. So we do need peace. I pray for the peace, but I know there will be no peace until the Prince of Peace comes. His name is Jesus. I tell you what I'd like to do in the comments below. If you agree with me, Jesus is the only hope for peace in the world, please express that. And if you also are curious, what could be the motivations of Prince Charles? Feel free and express those. Stay civil and continue to love one another, respect each other. I thank you for that. God bless you. Jesus is the only way. And these are part of the signs when you start to see the royals speaking up. But they were taking the side of just peace instead of saying, look, Christians and Jews have been slaughtered and has been attacked. But at the same time, what is the role? Does Prince Charles have a role in these end times? Or maybe that is his role, just to plead for peace. God bless you. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He is the only way.